Habibi gang, welcome back to Pundit Habibi Podcast. Matchday 15. What a weekend, right?
Okay.
Full of surprises, some hilarious moments. We saw massive upsets, a ton of goals, and even a little weather drama.
You said it.
But the highlight,
Manchester
United.
Yeah.
You heard right, lost 8 at home to Nottingham Forest again.
Again, unbelievable.
We're going to break down that disaster and more so. Stay tuned.
It was a roller coaster of a weekend, honestly. Let's jump right in and start with that Man U match. Forest winning 2-3 at Old Trafford.
Unbelievable.
Shocking. And even more crazy is it's the second time Forest beat them at home this season.
Yeah, it's crazy. They had the majority of possession, but their defense, I don't even know what to say.
Santa Claus was less generous on Christmas Eve.
Seriously. They conceded 3 goals from corners in a row.
It's impressive how bad that is.
It's truly remarkable.
Their backline looked like they had never even met, let alone played as a team.
Yeah.
Onana in goal honestly might as well have not even been there.
Blindfolded
exactly Delete and Martinez. Those center backs were all over the place. And even young Yoro didn't really make a case for himself.
It makes you wonder, though, dropping Rashford and Xerxes after they both scored 2 goals each in their last game. What was the thinking there?
Yeah.
Amorim did the same thing right before they lost to Arsenal, and it completely backfired. Is he overthinking this?
It's a bold move, benching your informed strikers, especially when the defense is already struggling so much. Maybe he saw something we didn't.
Right.
But on the surface, it really looks like a tactical mistake. 2 losses in a row since he made that decision with his dynamic duo. You got to start to question it.
Yeah, he really has to.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, though? Let's give credit where credit is due. Forest were clinical with their play and really capitalized on every mistake that Man U made.
You know what they say? Take your chances when they come, and boy did they.
That's right.
Played with a hunger and a determination that United seemed to be lacking. Solid defense, and they hit on the counter with purpose. It was a classic underdog performance.
Classic. All right, let's try to forget about that train wreck of a game for Man U and move on to a team that actually knows how to win, Aston Villa.
Okay.
They beat Southampton 1-0 to get their second win in a row.
Close match, but they earned it. Villa looked organized, disciplined, and dangerous up front. Southampton, though, they're stuck at the bottom.
Still struggling.
Yeah.
And Storm Darragh, the hero for Villa, what a goal.
Oh, yeah.
Power precision.
Or would be jealous.
Seriously, it's his first league goal since September. So good for his confidence.
He really was bullying Southampton's defenders, showing off his strength and his finishing. It's a good sign for Villa, especially with all the games coming up. They need their attack to be on point.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Southampton, though, a bit of a mess right now. Their manager, Russell Martin, said it himself. Madness. And honestly, hard to disagree.
Yeah.
They had some good looks, especially from Dibbling and Mal, those young guys, but just no killer instinct. Yeah.
Just couldn't finish.
No.
They're making the same mistakes week after week. Individual errors, lack of creativity in the midfield, just no real connection between them. If they don't figure it out, it's going to be a tough season.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of scoring goals, let's talk about Brentford's 4-2 win over Newcastle.
What a game.
Back and forth the whole time, both teams showed off their attack.
Oh, yeah.
But also Newcastle, especially with some defensive problems.
It was a crazy game. The wind was insane. You just knew as a defender something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
Brentford, though, they've scored against every single team they've faced in the Premier League this season.
Every single one.
Everyone. Pretty remarkable for a team a lot of people overlook.
They are like the little engine that they keep surprising everyone, scoring goals, picking up points against the top teams.
I love it.
Yeah.
And their home form has been unreal.
Especially at home.
Their attack, Mbemo, Wissa, Lewis Potter, and Shade, they're all a threat. They can all score Newcastle, though. Not happy with their defense today, all over the place, and individual errors really hurt them. Isak missing that open goal. Barnes, that terrible pass right to Brentford for a goal.
Yeah.
Costly mistakes.
That third goal for Brentford, though.
Oh, tell me about it.
Almost comical. The free kick from Fleck and Newcastle defenders just watching. And Nathan Collins, the calmest guy on the pitch, puts it in the back of the net.
It's one of those moments where as a defender, you just think, here we go again. And as an attacker, you just got to believe something good will happen.
You got it.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe called their performance vulnerable.
And he's not wrong. They have the firepower up front, but they just keep giving up goals, especially away from home.
Away from home, yeah, it's an issue. All right, let's finish this first half of our Matchday 15 deep dive with the match that saw Crystal Palace hold the champs, Manchester City, to a 2-2 draw.
Okay.
City had come back twice to get that point, ending their 5-game away losing streak.
5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Wow.
Not the prettiest game, but a point is a point.
That's true. It was a strange one. So many defensive errors, but also some brilliant individual moments.
Yeah.
City looks shaky at the back. Kyle Walker specifically had a rough day.
He did.
He was at fault for Palace's first goal and just didn't look himself at all.
Yeah, he's normally so good, but today it was like he forgot how to defend.
Right.
Makes you think with the Champions League match against Juventus and then the Manchester derby, will Guardiola bench him?
It has to be on his mind,
Yep.
right? Especially with Ake and Akanji injured. He's running out of options, and Walker's performance won't have helped.
No.
On a positive note, though, Haaland broke his little goal drought.
He did?
Scored a crucial goal to keep City in the game.
Yeah, but then the red card for Rico Lewis, scores the equalizing goal with a beautiful header, and then minutes later gets sent off for a silly challenge.
Talk about taking one for the team.
Oh, Guardiola must have been fuming.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely aged him a few years in those couple of minutes.
It was a needless challenge, and he paid for it. Huge blow for City, especially with everything else going on with their defense.
Absolutely.
Okay, before we move on to that Merseyside derby that never happened,
Yeah.
let's zoom out for a sec and look at the bigger picture, you know?
Okay, so what does all this mayhem actually mean for the title race? City dropping points? That's huge, especially with Arsenal and Chelsea winning their matches.
Oh, it definitely makes things interesting at the top, you know? City are still the favorites, of course.
Yeah.
But they don't seem invincible anymore.
Yeah.
That defense is shaky, and they're relying too much on Haaland's magic to save them.
Yeah, it feels like they're missing that midfield control they had last season. You know, De Bruyne hasn't quite been the same, and Gundogan, they haven't really replaced him.
Exactly. They need to find a way to manage those games better, especially against the big teams.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's go back to Man U for a minute. I'm still trying to process that Forest loss. I mean, losing to Forest twice at home this season.
Almost impossible to believe, right?
It is.
Really shows you where United are at right now, you know? A team in transition, obviously new manager, lots of new players, but just no real connection, no clear identity.
And what about Amram's choices?
Hmm.
Benching Rashford and Xerxes after they both scored 2 goals each. It's like he's changing things up just for the sake of it.
He does like to experiment with tactics, which can be good sometimes, but it also makes things unpredictable for the players. They never know what to expect.
I think he needs to just find a system that works and stick with it, you know? Too much change. You lose that momentum, that confidence.
Absolutely. Look at a team like Aston Villa under Emery. They have a clear plan. Everyone knows their job.
Yeah.
They might not be the most exciting team to watch, but they get the job done.
Duran's goal against Southampton was a perfect example. Right place, right time, and he finished it with authority.
Yeah.
Those are the goals that win games and move you up the table.
Emery, he's a tactical genius, knows how to get the most out of his players, and he's given that Villa squad a real belief in themselves.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's switch gears and talk about Brentford. They deserve a lot of praise. That win over Newcastle was impressive, not just the score, but the way they played.
Oh, they're fearless. Took the game, right? To Newcastle, didn't sit back. They attacked with pace and purpose, created so many chances.
Yeah, their ability to score against every single team they've faced this season, that's amazing.
It is.
Shows they have the belief to go up against anyone.
Absolutely. It's all thanks to their manager, Thomas Frank. He's built a team that's stronger than its individual parts, and they're playing with so much confidence.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch. Their attacking style is so refreshing, they just go for it.
They really do. They're the perfect example of what the Premier League is all about.
Yeah.
Not afraid of anyone. They always give it their all.
Okay, let's talk about the big news. The Merseyside derby that never was. Everton and Liverpool postponed because of Storm Darragh.
Yeah, the right decision. Obviously, safety is the priority, but such a bummer for the fans on both sides and for anyone who loves a good game.
Yeah, it's always an exciting match. So much passion.
For sure.
It would have been interesting to see how both teams approached it.
Right. Everton's still trying to find their footing under Lampard while Liverpool have been playing well recently.
I wonder who benefits more from the delay.
Who knows? Could give both teams a chance to reset, maybe rethink their tactics, or it could mess with their flow, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see when it gets rescheduled.
Right.
Hopefully it won't be too long.
I'm sure those fans will be counting down the days. Can't miss a game like that.
Absolutely. Okay, Habibi gang, we've covered a lot in this part 2 of our Matchday 15 deep dive, from Manchester United's struggles to Brentford's impressive win and the postponement of that big derby.
So much going on, upsets, shocks, and some truly memorable moments. Just a taste of what's in store for this incredible Premier League season.
Okay, Habibi gang, we're back for the final whistle of our Matchday 15 deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Saw some amazing goals.
Oh, yeah.
Some head-scratching decisions. Enough drama to fill a whole season of Love Island.
Honestly, it's what makes the Premier League so good. You just never know what's going to happen next.
Couldn't agree more. All right, before we wrap things up, let's take a look ahead and maybe make some bold predictions.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, all right. I'll let you start off.
Okay, here's a hot take. I think Manchester United's troubles are going to continue.
Ooh.
Amorim needs to figure out his best starting 11 and stick with it, or they're going to keep dropping down the table.
I think you're right on the money with that one. They need to find that consistency and fast. But on the flip side, I'm feeling good about Aston Villa.
Yeah.
They're playing with confidence. Emery's got them playing so organized and disciplined. I wouldn't be surprised if they're fighting for a European spot.
Yeah, they're definitely a team to watch. And what about Brentford? Can they keep scoring goals against every single team? That's a tough challenge. But they've proven everyone wrong before.
I'm not betting against them.
Yeah.
They seem to love exceeding expectations. And of course, there's Manchester City, still the team to beat.
Oh, yeah.
But those defensive problems are a real worry. Can they tighten things up at the back?
That's $1 million question. Guardiola's a genius, though, so I'm sure he'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But they can't keep relying on Haaland to save the day every single game.
Well, speaking of Haaland, that little goal drought he had is officially over. He's back to scoring goals for fun, and that's bad news for the rest of the league.
Yeah, he's a special talent, and he's just going to keep getting better. It'll be interesting to see how he does in the big matches coming up, especially the Manchester derby.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, the postponed Merseyside derby, another one to put on your calendars. Always a tense match, and the stakes are even higher now, with both teams needing points.
The Premier League always delivers, doesn't it? Every week there's something to talk about, something to debate, and something to get excited about.
Yeah, that's why we love it. All right, Habibi gang, that's it for our Matchday 15 deep dive.
Another one done?
We hope you enjoyed it, and as always, we want to hear from you.
Let us know what you think, your predictions, your hot takes. Hit us up in the comments.
And don't forget to subscribe and tune in every day for more football talk and banter.
Okay.
Until next time, Habibi gang, peace out.